how much I relate to this just as us, not just me, but us as a very struggling artist. As always, please go check out my band, City of Sound. We are an independent cinematic rock band. We produce and write all of our own music. Also, you can check out our merch store. Everything I will pin in the comments. Go check us out. Keep us afloat and alive as we are fighting to break through in 2025. I love y'all very much. All right. Sleep Token has a new song. I've seen some interesting takes on it. I still have not heard it. I have at least heard. I got a little bit of a spoiler that was a little bit of maybe a reaction to maybe some of the opinions people have about them, which is odd because I haven't seen any of that just because I don't look at that shit. I don't care what anyone else has to say. So we're going to watch Caramel or Caramel, however you say it. It's always a big debate. Honestly, Vessel, I'm learning their names now. He's always very visceral with his lyrics. So I'd imagine with a song like this, he's probably going to have a lot of one-liners that are very powerful. I'm going to try to catch them, given this is my actual first time listening through. I've had a couple comments where people think that I'm writing a script for these videos. Brother, I don't have time for that. I'm literally in studio trying to keep a band alive. We have photo shoot Friday, music video shoot, all while trying to relocate everything to Indiana. I don't have time to write a script on these. These are 100% raw and genuine. I wouldn't do it any other way anyways. Here's Sleep Token, Caramel. Man, I wish I had captions on these just so I could capture all the words. All right, audio is tested. We're ready to go. I know what samples they're using.
Count me out like sirens, pay back for the good times. Right foot in the roses, left foot on the landmine. I'm not gonna be there, tripping on the grapevine. They can sing the words while I cry into the baseline. Wear me out like Prada, devil in my detail. I swear it's getting harder, even just to exhale. Backed up into corners, bitter in the lens. I'm sick of trying to hide it every time they take mine. So stick to me.
Okay, I'm going to go back a little bit. I'm going to relate to this song a lot. I can already tell with those lyrics. All right, here we go.
Every time they take mine. So stick to me like caramel.
Nice.
Walk beside me till you feel nothing as well. They ask me, is it going good in the garden? Say I'm lost, but I beg no pardon. Up on the doors below, on the cards.
Okay. They keep doing. I'm going to go back a little bit. The concept of caramel, now I understand. That's such an interesting way to apply the idea of caramel to just like something that you can't get rid of. This is really, okay, this is going to be like a fun, I can tell there's going to be a little bit of story in here. I'm telling you, their syncopated drums in 4/4 always catch me off guard. Every time. This song's a 4/4 too. It's awesome. Wait, he just said so much right there. He just said so much there. Okay, so this is interesting. So it's more of their like rise to fame and their following, but that has obviously opened them up to a lot of, I guess you could say, hate criticism, shit like that, which like, it does come with the game. The more attention you're going to get, the more attention you're going to get. And yeah, sure, that sucks, but it does come with success. It's interesting that he's writing about this right before their, I believe, second album. Also interesting because I saw something of a certain YouTuber like really ripping into them. So it's interesting that this would come out now when that's happening at the same time. It makes it seem like he literally, it's kind of prophetic a little bit. Like he knew that was going to happen.
So let me see those eyes. Stick to me. Stick to me like cameraman.
Interesting.
Walk beside me till you feel nothing as well. I'm falling free of the final parallel. Sweetest dreams are bitter, but there's no one left to tell.
Is he?
Reality got bitter.
Okay, wait. Or maybe he's singing to their fan base because it said stick to me like caramel. And it's like until like even their fan base gets to the point where they just don't give a shit at all what anybody has to say. I'm trying to capture that. I would never use like the metaphor of caramel in a song. Also very brave because that's difficult to come off in a positive, like in a good way of songwriting.
Reality got bitter over it all. Too old to retaliate like before. Too blessed to be caught ungrateful, I know.
Ooh. Wait, what was that line? Did I say too blessed to be caught ungrateful? That's a great line.
Like before. Too blessed to be caught ungrateful, I know. So I'll keep dancing along to the rhythm. The stage is a prison. A beautiful nightmare.
Oh, fuck.
War of attrition. I'll take what I'm given.
All right, pause. I'm gonna be honest. This is not my favorite Sleep Token song. Who cares? I still love Sleep Token. Regardless, this line right here, this one lyric, almost like brought tears to my eyes, just from personal experience. As someone who has been fighting for years for us to break through and like, self-funding your own band and told labels to, kick rocks and, just using every avenue you can to gain, trying to break through and try to gain listeners and everything. Dude, this line, that totally caught me off guard. This moment right here, even if this isn't my favorite song of theirs, this moment right here is, he gets it.
I know. So I'll keep dancing along to the rhythm. The stage is a prison. A beautiful nightmare. A war of attrition. I'll take what I'm given. The deepest incisions. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't.
Damn. Wait, I was like in my feelings for a second there. Gong, gong, gong. Or hold up. I want to listen to that again. I can't. It will be impossible for me to explain how real this is to the absolute, what I call the beautiful struggle, even though it's not a beautiful struggle. It fucking sucks. And we're in it right now. And it does fucking suck. Like, I can't even explain like how, like what the relation that I'm feeling to this moment right here. It is cut deep to the foundation of like my being.
So I'll keep dancing along to the rhythm. The stage is a prison. A beautiful nightmare. A war of attrition. I'll take what I'm given. The deepest incisions. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't.
Wow. Pause. Okay. The verb room that they just created for this part is insane. So like when you make a song, there's different production styles, but everybody, like, you create a verb room, and then you also I actually create 3 different verb rooms. I create a forward, middle, and back, and they're all slightly different verbs, but they're part of the same room. Then you do like a verb for vocal, you'll do like a very subtle verb for guitars, just a lot of shit like that. And whatever they did here in the automation in the session, they ramped that verb up like crazy. It sounds like it's even on the kick, like heavy on the kick, which is interesting, but it sounds crazy. Wow, interesting.
The stage is a prison, a beautiful nightmare, a war of attrition. I'll take what I'm given, the deepest incisions. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't.
Oh, shit, dude. I'm trying to freeze frame it on these. They keep doing this stuff, and I'm trying to break down like the Easter eggs. This is a very vulnerable song. Yeah, even like not giving the masses maybe what they came for. I hope they never change, though. I hope they never change. But man, this right here, I mean, this genuinely about gets me. I can't even explain like how much I relate to this, just as us, not just me, but us as a very struggling artist. This is like, and you think that you're just making incredible music, and you don't understand why it's not getting out there, like why people aren't giving it a chance. You just want people to give it a chance. But him coming to the conclusion of, after having that breakthrough, then having all these other people come and be like, this sucks. Like, he just gets it, man. This is great.
The stage is a prison, a beautiful nightmare, a war of attrition. I'll take what I'm given, the deepest incisions. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't.
I'm very excited for the album. I'm very excited for the album. That was a very visceral, I don't want to say it was a middle finger, because it was gracious and it was self-aware. So I don't want to say it was a middle finger. It wasn't that. It was very like gracious and like vulnerable, but honest, which I do like. And again, like, yeah, it's not my favorite song of theirs, but I love those words, man. Those words cut deep. I very much relate.
Trace of a heartbeat, bring back the futures we lost, tear down the anthems still rising. I know it's not too late for us. Out of sight, time and reason, I hope to be better. Are we meant to cross the dying lines and walk to promise together? I'm a distant defeatist, horizons will never forget how a way where love was captured